What's happening, everybody? Bob Wankel, CrossingBroad.com. We have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders on Thursday Night Football, a clash of AFC West teams. We'll tell you who we think is going to win the game and who's going to cover the spread in just a minute. But before we get to that, I want to let you know you can go over to CrossingBroad.com/DK. Download DraftKings Sportsbook. It is our preferred betting option. If you're in the state of New Jersey, state of Indiana, state of West Virginia, or in Pennsylvania now as well, you can get DraftKings Sportsbook, and they will match your first bet up to $200.
You can make it rain.
All right, so we have the Chargers and the Raiders Thursday Night Football short spread. Let's take a look at the current line here. Chargers come in as a 1.5-point favorite, minus 122 on the money line, and the total is set at 49.5 points. Usually I love home underdogs, and I wanted to be on the Raiders, but after doing some research in this game, I'm on the Chargers, and I'm going to tell you exactly why right now. Chargers have been outstanding on the road, and let's start there. Since the start of last season, the Chargers are 9-2-1 ATS on the road. They've been a great bet, and so that's one thing that really jumps off the page for me. Chargers are also 7-2 ATS as a road favorite under Anthony Lynn, so again, successful with this current head coach. Now you look from a more macro perspective, road favorites in division Thursday games, 23-15-2 ATS. So again, that's also another favorable trend for the Chargers. And road favorites of 3 points or less in AFC West division games, 17-9 against the spread. So you look at the Chargers' performance specifically, you look at the AFC West, the short road favorites specifically, and then you take a look at the more general trend, and they all favor the Chargers. So that is something that we have to consider. There's more, too. Road favorites in AFC West division games are 41-25-1 ATS overall, and they're also 23-14-1 ATS after the month of October. So that's any spread in this particular trend here. And finally, the Chargers have won 4 of their last 5 games as a road favorite of 3 points or less. It's one thing when you're favored to win by 6, 7, 8, you're clearly the better team, but when you get into these toss-up situations and you're a short favorite on the road, that's pretty damn good. All right, let's say you want to take the home underdog, you want to back the Raiders in this game. I do have something for you that does support a play on the Raiders. Obviously, Chargers coming off of a big win against Green Bay a week ago. The Raiders riding some momentum after holding on against the Lions. Know that when two teams are each coming off of a win in the previous game, the road teams favored by 2.5 points or less in prime time. Those teams are only 4-12 ATS. They're also only 2-5 ATS when it's a division game. So that would support a play on the Raiders. In terms of the total, we like the under. We had the over last week in the Thursday night game, and that hit. A couple things you need to know about the under in this one. It's hit in each of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. But the more relevant piece of information here, the under is 15-10 when the total closes between 48-50 in division primetime games in the month of November or later. It's also 3-1 when it's between two AFC West teams. And finally, the under is 51-34-1 in division games played during the month of November or later, with a closing total of between 48 to 58 points, and it's 10-3 when it's played between AFC West teams. So we like the under this week, and we also love the Chargers on the road as a small favorite. Now, if you want more information about this football game, head over to CrossingBroad.com. Check out our full Raiders and Chargers betting preview. And if you want to bet on this game, and of course you do because you're watching this video, you can head over to CrossingBroad.com/DK. Download DraftKings Sportsbook if you're in the state of Indiana, West Virginia, New Jersey, and now in Pennsylvania. You can download DraftKings through our link, and they will match your first bet up to $200.